Poverty and hunger from the beginning to an end. What is poverty? Poverty is the state of being extremely poor to the point where one is suffering from the lack of basic necessities. An individual lacking the money to purchase or acquire the needs to survive often collide with issues such as starvation, diseases, lack of clean water, proper housing, sufficient clothing, and medicines. If one is incapable of purchasing food to nourish their bodies may shut down, allowing infection to set in. Hunger is a symptom of poverty, and the problem is that hungry people are trapped in poverty. They lack the money to buy food to nourish themselves. It is not only food that the poor people lack, it is also the basic needs of an individual, such as clean water, education, and etc. What are the root causes of poverty and hunger? History. Colonizers extracted resources from the nation. War and political instability. War destroys livelihoods and upsets law enforcement. National debt. Poor countries receive aid but acquire bigger debts. Discrimination and social inequality. Discrimination has been a significant factor in holding many women and children around the world in poverty. Vulnerability to natural disasters. Disasters disrupt trades and production. Effects of poverty. The poverty cycle. Poverty is formed in groups. The lack of money leads to being incapable of getting clean water, food, healthcare, and shelter, which in poverty is a big issue because it is the root problem of others. Poverty will pass on to another generation. Poverty threatens to divide a nation because of the issues of inequalities. The problem with passing poverty on to next generation is the tendency that if the parents are poor, the children will be spending their lives in poverty as well, because no money will be in the family. Where is poverty and hunger most common? Based on the findings of the Global Multidimensional Poverty Index, it is most common in Salem, Chad, where almost 98% of its inhabitants are poor. However, the poorest states are found in Sub-Saharan Africa, Central and Eastern Europe, and Central Asia, Arab states, Latin American and Caribbean, East Asia, and the Pacific and South Asia. History of poverty. Colonial influences has a great say in what Asia and Africa continents have the current highest rates of poverty globally. In the Industrial Revolution, European countries colonized them to gain their resources like coal and oil for their industrialization. The start of poverty and hunger. Poverty and hunger can develop through many factors, but a major factor is unemployment, and an example of this is during the Great Depression. The unemployment rate was approximately 30%, leading many individuals towards poverty. Many individuals started living off of government help in order to survive. Poverty and hunger had reoccurred to a great extent in 2008, during the financial crisis. There was a great rate of unemployment leading to the decrease of purchasing. The decrease in the purchases led to the drop in prices of goods, but that did not help the poor people, and they fell into a greater poverty. Personal story. Poverty and hunger has affected many individuals. An example is Peter Momo. Peter was living through extreme poverty and to add to his poverty and helplessness, he had a family of 8 individuals living off a very small income. The Momo family did not have a sufficient amount of food or clean water to drink. The lack of food led Peter and his family to live off of 1 meal a day, causing Peter and his family to suffer from malnutrition. Peter lived in a mud house that would leak when it rained. The rain brought many mosquitoes, which led to various infections such as malaria. Poverty has made Peter's life extremely difficult. Once he was 9, Peter's school introduced a school feeding program. The program created food for Peter and his family that allowed him a better education due to the increase of focus. The food provided Peter energy and a better immune system, and this increased his attendance in school. Poverty is extremely difficult to live through, but a small movement can help improve many lives. An example of this is the personal story of Peter Momo. In India, at a young age, children face poverty and hunger. Indians living in poverty stand in line for water and rations. The poor use the sidewalks to sleep. Street children are forced to beg for alms on the street. In Africa, not just food shortage, but water is as scarce too. As hunger takes over the continent, a big percentage of children appear to be malnourished. Preying on the child, the vulture is just waiting for the boy's death of malnutrition. With no money for necessities, Africans make answer to their needs by using imagination. In the Philippines, Smoky Mountain lies beyond the glamorous skyscrapers and malls in Manila, Philippines, and serves as the supplier of the poor. Many people cannot afford electricity, which makes families experience blackouts each day. Poor people, to survive, build homes in bodies of water. Statistics. Approximately 22,000 children die each day due to poverty. 1 billion children are living in poverty. Around 27 to 28% of all children in developed countries are underweight. 805 million people worldwide do not have enough food to eat. About 1.1 billion people in developing countries have inadequate access to clean water. There are about 2.6 billion children worldwide, and half of them live in poverty. About 72 million children of primary school age were not enrolled in school in 2005. 50% of the world lives on less than $2.50 a day. Less than 1% of what the world spent every year on weapons was needed to put every child into school, yet it didn't happen. Movement to end poverty and hunger. There are many organizations working towards the end of poverty and hunger, and some of them are United Nations, create more employment opportunities and help those suffering from hunger by 2015. World Bank, increase agricultural financing by $8 to $10 billion a year and expand nutrition programs focusing on children less than the age of 2. UNICEF, build primary health care systems for developing countries and strengthen previous set health care systems. Food Bank and the Salvation Army. The food bank provides food to the ones in need. This reduces the hunger among the poor people. The Salvation Army also provides the basic needs to the individuals in poverty. There are many organizations working to end poverty and hunger. Success story. Manny Pacquiao has his own movie, which is about his life story before he became a professional boxer. It will show how his career started because his mom got ill and they had no money to pay for her hospital bills. Your turn. There are many ways as common individuals can help. Some ways to help are donate food to food banks to reach out to the individuals in poverty and hunger, raise awareness through protests and letters, make an attempt to talk to government officials regarding the issue, fundraise for poverty and hunger, provide aid to individuals living in poverty and hunger. What is our group doing to help? My group is currently researching about the poverty and hunger around the world, and we are helping to inform the students around by making petitions, and also we are going to inform some politicians by writing a letter to them. We will also donate to the charity Children's Hunger Alliance. Children's Hunger Alliance. A hungry child cannot learn, and an uneducated adult cannot earn. This charity is helping to end poverty by ensuring that all children are fed regular, nutritious meals, as well as developing lifelong healthy eating habits. Directly feeding the children nutritious meals. Children need consistent, nutritious food in order to develop properly. They help the child care providers and after-school programs to serve nutritious meals from healthier childcare environments. By increasing the access to food, they educate children to make healthier food choices and to engage in physical activity in order to reduce obesity. Increasing easy access to nutritious food. They work with schools and youth organizations to raise awareness about the impact that hunger has on children's development, ability to learn, and health.